innovate, and create lasting impact. And another week, another great episode with my legendary co-host,
Daniel
Mr.
Switzerland
Michael.
here, Daniel. Looking forward to a great podcast today. How are you, my friend?
Well, busy always interviewing talented people like you.
Yes,
Oh,
because you are
have
a podcast
podcast
machine.
machine. I think we're both podcast machine now. We have a lot of podcasts. We have Leadership 101, we have Sports 101, Entrepreneurship 101, AI 101. What else we are doing?
Oh, we are 101 kings. Yes.
Yes, 101, 101 for sure. And on Entrepreneurship 101, partner, what we gonna talk about?
Today, partner, is all about focus and
Mm,
how focus helps us reach our goals and optimize our opportunities.
yes, focus. Focus in everything. We need to focus in
Absolutely, we do.
everything we do.
True indeed. Focus is so important.
So why focus harder than ever? Mr. Michael, why
Oh,
is
Daniel.
it?
Because there can be so many distractions, Daniel. So many things
Yes.
that pull at us, so many things that want to garner our attention. But now more than ever, it's so important to lock in on what our goals are, to focus on them, and to turn our dreams into a reality.
Mm, reality. So for me, sometimes it's hard for me to focus because I have a lot of podcasts doing. I think one tip of focusing to yourself, you know where your priority is.
Keyword
Focus, yeah,
priority. Yes.
priorities. Because if you want to do everything, you will be overwhelmed. Oh, I need to do this. I need to do that. I have a deadline. I need to deadline. I need to do the publish one more episode because I need this. I need that. People, you need to know your priorities because if you don't know, you will have this anxiety. You have this what upset in everything because you cannot focus.
That's right, Daniel. It impacts our productivity and our efficiency as well. Focus
Mm,
in many ways serves as the counteraction to multitasking. So often people say they're multitasking. And I understand that, right? We can walk and chew gum at the same time. But if you really think
yeah.
about it, that thing that is calling us, the thing that we're supposed to be giving our time and our attention to, deserves it. So that's a key question, right? Am I going to multitask, or am I going to put the time, the energy, and focus into one task? And if we'll put the time and energy into one task, then it's gonna speed up our efficiency, and it's gonna help us be more productive in the grand scheme of things.
Mm. Partner, they said, I learned that multitasking in the brain is not good because they said our brain is trained to do only one task, not one
Mm,
at a time. Not like your cell phone, not like your computer that you can do many things in one.
that's right. That's right. And that's why it's so important to define what our priorities are, right? So if you think about it, if
Mm,
we got a really rough week coming up, or a week that's going to have a lot of demands on our time, planning is so important to
true.
set out an agenda with our priorities, with our focus, and then put the work in to reach those goals.
Mhm. Certainly. So, partner, how does distraction kill momentum? What is that
Wow.
momentum they're talking about?
It's like a train going down a track, right? Once that
Yes.
train gets up ahead of steam, watch out. Same thing applies to personal efficacy. Once we build momentum, then we're gonna have power and energy to reach our goals. But if we're distracted, if we're looking to the left or to the right, if we're looking back, then we start to slow down. If we look back, we can start to slow down. You think about horses, right? Race horses. They put blinders on them. And oftentimes they'll put blinders on them because they know if that horse starts to look to the left or to the right, they start to slow down. So literally they'll
Mm-hmm.
put a mechanism in to help that horse stay focused. And I think that principle applies to us as well. What is it that is distracting us that's not letting us win our own race? Think about what those distractions are, and then think about a plan to eliminate them, to remove them, so that we can run the race that we're called to run of productivity, efficiency. Because not only will that be good for us, but it's going to be good for those that we serve.
Very well said, partner. Very well said. You know what? One of my distraction in my daily task is to watch the my favorite release movies,
Mm,
or the, let's say, box office movies.
yeah,
But for me, my priority or my focus is to publish all the episodes that we need to publish in each of those podcasts that I'm creating. So if my distraction is to watch the movie itself, well, if I want to prioritize that, for sure it will derail all my activities in one day. So I focus with my goal in one day to publish, to interview, and to do all things that I need to do in my podcasting.
that's good. That's good, Daniel. And focus helps to narrow our view while expanding our impact on one clear goal, right? And sometimes, Daniel, that takes an unrelenting effort to build traction, to build momentum, to step away from building momentum can be us stepping away from our goals. And that can be too heavy a price to pay. Now, we do need to also prioritize rest and leisure time. So, watching a movie might be the priority to help you wind down and recharge. That's why priorities and setting out those priorities are so important. Because if self care is the priority, if recharging your battery, if taking time away from the mission ultimately recharges us to come back to the mission, that's a good thing. So we need a movie, we need a book, we need to step away at times, right? To enjoy, to recharge, and get back in the game. I think you're muted, partner.
Thank you. You know, partner, it's been a long time that I want to read and listen of the book of Mel Robbins. Let them, but
Mm.
it's not my priority right now. But for sure, sooner or later, I want to read or listen to that book. So, Mr. Michael, why do entrepreneurs chase too many ideas?
I think it's kind of, maybe you've heard the term, the chasing the shiny object syndrome.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, we want to chase that shiny object because it's appealing to the eye. And in our media landscape, with cell phones, with TV, with scrolling, right? We can go from one thing to the next and be stimulated to get that dopamine rush or that adrenaline rush that sparks us. And sometimes we can chase that shiny object. But in business, it's so important, right? To not just chase a shiny object, but to chase your vision and your mission. What is it that you want to accomplish? What is it that you will not rest until it gets accomplished? And the distraction that's trying to block us from those goals, right, will not
Mm-hmm.
suffice. So the key is to not just chase a shiny object, but to chase the mission, chase the vision. And Daniel, one of the best ways to move away from a distraction is to move
Mm-hmm.
towards our goal. So
Yeah.
sometimes we need to remove them. Sometimes we need to put the phone on do not disturb. Or sometimes we need to go on a 1 day retreat to recharge, to reprioritize, to retool, to plan, whatever it takes to figure out a game plan towards efficacy and efficiency. And focus is the key ingredient to that. Yeah.
Yeah, certainly. Focus, focus, people. And how can focus improve execution speed?
Great question. You know, because it reduces the distractions and it propels us towards our goals. So if we are willing to commit the time, Daniel, to proper planning, that will reduce inefficiency because we won't just be spinning our wheels, but we'll be building traction and momentum. So, decision making is key. Building systems and routines that help protect our time. The willingness to say no to things that are not as important to the priority is a game changer. So often, Daniel, people feel like they can't say no. No is a complete sentence, or I can't make it, or this is not working for me. Here's a better way. And it's not always no. Sometimes it's sometimes it's a delay. Sometimes it's not right now. So that speeds up growth. That helps with momentum. That helps us build traction. Creating habits that protect our time, managing our time effectively, and creating a culture of focus. Creating a culture of focus energizes the people around us that we'll hold each other accountable if we start getting distracted. That we're willing to say to each other, hey, look, how do we get back on task here? Who are the people that are good at pointing that out? Task them to remind us to stay focused. So somebody's listening today saying, you know what, I need an accountability partner. I need somebody who, if focus is not my strong suit, or if lack of routine or discipline is not my strong suit, no one can come in and necessarily do that for us. They can encourage us, they can remind us, particularly if it's a strong suit of theirs. And then wherever they might be weaker, you can identify how you can strengthen them. And that iron sharpens iron. We build more productivity, and that helps our rate of growth.
Certainly, people. Certainly, because it's about eliminating cognitive drag. When attention is concentrated on a single priority, the brain maintains contextual continuity. As we said, our brain is created to do only one task, not multitasking. So, partner, why does clarity eliminate overwhelm? Why is it?
Because it places the things that are not priority in their proper place. Focus helps us narrow our view and expand our goal and our vision. And one of the best ways to do that, right, is to celebrate the traction that you're building, right? To notice the times when you're most efficient. Is it in the morning? Is it in the afternoon? Are you a night owl? Is that when you get your best work done? Whatever works for you. If you can, create space to operate in that period of time. And that's going to help eliminate distractions and increase our productivity.
Mm, very well said, partner. Very well said. And how can founders protect deep work?
By protecting their time, protecting their sanity, protecting their people.
Mm, yes.
And one of the best ways to do that is to see that work as meaningful work, Daniel. And when we're married to the mission, when we're focused in on why this matters, remembering our why really matters. If it's just an ego trip, that's one thing. If it's just about self aggrandizement, that's one thing. But when your mission is about helping others, empowering others, bringing adding value to the life of others. I can't think of anything. I can hardly think of anything else better to do with our time than to make our world a better place, to make the people around us a better place, and to accomplish the goal and the mission. A sad place to be, Daniel, is to run
Mhm.
into the version of ourselves that we could have been, to have a meeting with
Certainly.
who we could have been, as opposed to running into that version of ourselves that is fully operational on the calling and the mission.
Indeed, people founders protect deep work by treating attention as a strategic asset rather than a personal reference. Well done, partner. Well
Yes, sir.
done.
Yes, sir.
And why does saying no strengthen strategy? Why is it?
Saying no could very well mean saying yes to something else. And that
Mm,
which we're saying yes to should outweigh that which we're saying no to. We all, Lord willing, knock on wood, get the same 24 hours in a day. The choices that we make in regards to those 24 hours are important, they're meaningful, they can be impactful. And in many ways, we should be too busy doing the right things to get distracted doing the wrong things.
not true.
Yeah.
Because we are not having this focus. So saying no to strengthen strategy because the strategy is fundamentally about selective allocation of scarce resources,
That's right.
time, capital, and cognitive bandwidth. As well, the team energy are finite. Every yes you consume quickly, well, it will derail everything that you're hoping to accomplish.
Well
So,
said.
partner, how does focus increase profitability? I like that profitability.
Profitability. Yes. You've heard the expression, right? Time is money.
Yes, money, money, come to us, as they say.
Because energy and resources, right? Like you said,
Mm,
have a certain energy capacity. The time that we're blessed with to have, right? We're going to use that time or we're going to lose that time. We're going to use that time or we're going to lose the time. And I can't think of anything worse to lose in many ways. It's time because it's limited. And to spend the time, the energy, not just spinning our wheels, but pushing with the pushing forward with a plan that has traction, that has momentum, maximizes our time. It can maximize our profit and change the game for those around us.
mm. Certainly, partner. And focus increases profitability because the profit is the byproduct of concentrated leverage. When a company narrows its attention to clearly define core offering, target market, and value proposition, it reduces operational diffusion.
Oh, I
We
see.
didn't
I
know.
see.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
definitely. So, lastly, partner, how does focus create competitive advantage?
In summary, I think we've really addressed that, right? That
Yes,
great
we did.
leaders, great entrepreneurs, great visionaries understand that it's so important to set the priority, clear, measurable. Some would even say non negotiable
Non-negotiable.
tasks, yeah, and priorities. Some priorities need to be non negotiable. We need to be able to limit the things that are going to want to pull our attention away from us, to create a culture of efficiency with partnering with people who understand the importance and the mission and the vision, and always celebrating success along the way. We all can use a pat on the back. We all can use reminders. We all can use encouragement along the journey. So be encouraged, Daniel. As you
Mm.
continue this work, know that it's having a significant impact, not only locally, but around the world.
Indeed, partner, through your help, I cannot do this without you. Come
Hey,
on.
hey,
Let's do this
teamwork.
together.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yes. Two heads better than one.
True indeed.
Focus creates competitive advantage because it concentrates resources, attention, and execution into a narrow domain where mastery can compound. Okay, people, it's a nice episode with my partner. Again, your brain is created not to multitask. So focus, focus, focus. So,
Focus.
partner, would you like to wrap up our discussion for today?
Well, thanks to all the listeners, and I encourage you all, as I encourage myself, let's focus,
Mm.
let's lock in, let's leave it all on the field as we go after our goals and our dreams. Until next time, peace, adios, and God bless.
More to come, people. See you soon.